I wanna live the life, rise above the struggles, all the struggles and strife. Melody waiting to be sung. Now take a chance, girl, the journey's just begun. Melody waiting to be sung. Take a chance, the journey's just begun. There's a place for me in this world.
Okay, hi, my name is Noelle Brown, and it's a pleasure to meet you. I hope with this series I will be able to impart to you some of the things I've learned in the last 10 years of being in a wheelchair, being overtaken by multiple sclerosis, and trying really hard to still be a useful member of society, powerful beyond measure, and having stuff to share, not just with other people that are handicapped like you and I, but for everybody else in the world, because it's my goal to really affect in a positive way my little corner of the world, because maybe somebody will catch the bug and want to do it in their little corner of the world. So that's where we're at. Today, it was a very powerful, recurring sentence in my head that I wanted to share with you, which was, be your own advocate for yourself, like with doctors, with the system, with the general public, you got to stick up for yourself and make sure your needs are known and met when you can affect change in that way. But you also have to be an advocate to yourself, because I know for me, when I first really got sick, man, you might have gotten an invitation to my pity party because I wallowed. And when you're stuck in yourself, you can't see the possibilities. You can't see what you can do with this life, Just because I'm sick now doesn't mean I'm not still brilliant and come up with amazing things. So I just have to accomplish them in a different way. So I would say be an advocate for yourself, but also be an advocate to yourself. And, have a check yourself moment. Don't, when you're wallowing in that pity party, or you feel so isolated, or, anything like that, you need to just break out of that. Even if you can't physically break out and just be like, I'm done with this and take off. No, you can't do that usually. But there's a lot of things you can do to improve your life. And I would like to share a few of those with you. So we're going to talk about things of that nature. And I'm looking at my notes because you have to know I've been petrified to do this. And I heard a motivational talk about giving yourself permission to fail. So I had to get over that hump of being scared. So I'm not perfect, as you will quickly see, but like I said, I got stuff to say. So right now I want to talk about me for a minute. One of my favorite topics. But I want you to know about me. I'm 58 years old. I have multiple sclerosis. I got diagnosed in 2001, but you wouldn't know I had it until right around 2015. That's when I lost all sense of balance. All kinds of things were going wrong. My eyesight was going crazy. Just many, many things. And then I realized that I'm going down. And just like my mom did, she got diagnosed of the same disease when she was 35. I was about 35. And for the longest time, my journey was identical to Mom's journey with the disease. But when she finally really got it, where you couldn't hide it anymore, where your life is just awful. Yeah, my mom had the worst of the worst. And so when she was around 50 is when she really went downhill. Then when I turned around 50, that was when I faced all of a sudden no balance, couldn't walk. Don't give me a cane, because it just meant I fell over with my cane. Just everything kind of went south. So I had to really come to terms with my disease. And you'd think, watching my mom go through it and watching her just hit the worst of the worst early on, I would have learned so much. And yes, I learned some things, but really, mostly, I still went through the same shock she went through when she got it, when it got bad, and mine got bad. You know, you just have to deal with it as it comes, and it's always different for everyone. Now, you and I probably have different diseases, and there's no telling if mine's worse than yours, blah, 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 you know? But we just need to give each other a little freedom to live in our disease the best way we can, and maybe a little grace, you know, cut everybody else a little slack, because everybody handles it differently. So I want to just share in my experience what I've gone through as I've tried to deal with this the last 10 years or so, okay? So, and I want to tell you some of the topics we're going to cover. Okay, I call one of them Flip the Switch. It's all about turning a negative into a positive, and how well that can work in your life if you really do it. We'll talk about that. Then I say, this one I call Be Truly Present. It means as you're going through stuff, don't put it in a back pocket and think, oh, well, I'll look at it with 20/20 hindsight down the road. No, be truly present and really be aware of what's happening as it goes. And you can learn a lot from an experience as it's happening. So keep that in mind. Then another one I call just people in your life. Boy, that's a mixed bag. That's probably 2 or 3 episodes. You know, we got people who feed our spirit, people who drain our spirit, people who yell at us for having our disease and being basically us. You know, there's all kinds of people. We need to talk about them, because there's stuff we can do, okay? And then let's talk about, sorry, I'm referring to my notes. It's the easiest way to do it. Okay, now I have a thing I call Get to the Other Side. And it doesn't have anything to do with dying or anything like that. It means we're going through the shit right now. But when we get done, we are going to make it to the other side where it's not so bad for a while again. So keep that in mind. There are ways to handle this. And the next one I would call channel your powers for good. So I want you to concentrate on tools we can use to bring out the best in ourselves when we need it. Because that's what I have in my back pocket. It's not negative stuff, but positive stuff. My main thing I wanted to share with you today was, and I'm amazed at the power of this, and I came up with it myself, woohoo, is in the morning when you're either getting ready for the day or you're just trying to face the day, find a mirror and sit there and look at yourself and give yourself a genuine smile. Okay? Not a smile for anybody else. It's for you. You gotta look at yourself, smile. It really changes the perspective of the day, and you start off with a positive instead of a negative. So please just try it. Do it for a week and tell me if you don't see a change. Because I know for me, it made a lot of difference. So be your own advocate. Give yourself a genuine smile every week or every day. And you can make it a change. You know, you in your little corner of the world, you feel like, well, you know, so many people live a reactionary life. They just let things happen to them. And, well, you know, this happened, so that's the way it is. Well, yeah, it happened. And maybe you can't change it. Like my disease, I can't change it today, tomorrow, next week, you know. But I know I have this disease. I know I'm stuck in this chair. And I'm not going to sit here and harp on it to other people. I'm just going to appreciate the positives in life, both in life and with people, you know, and make it the best life I can have, you know, with my situation. It's compromised, but I still can find joy in my life and find great people in my life. I call my disease both a blessing and a curse, and I have reasoning for both sides of the equation. And I'll be glad to share those with you, and you can pull those parts of both the blessing and the curse as it suits you in your life. So keep those in mind. Those are some of our topics we'll be talking about in the first few weeks, okay? Because we need to lay a groundwork, and then we can extrapolate from there. So I just wanted you to know these are the things that I plan on talking about in this series. Count our blessings, because that's really important. And really just make sure that everybody around us who is doing so much for us feels like we get it and we appreciate it, and every time we should work on that. Who have we thanked today? How have we extended our appreciation for things that other people do for us. It's really gratifying, and it really will feed your spirit if you get into a habit of that. Just have gratitude at the end of whatever you're doing that day. Gratitude.
Melody waiting to be sung. Take a chance, the journey's just begun. There's a place for me in this